Hello, this short video will briefly go over Picture Change Communication System, otherwise known as Pecs. In the behavior field, there are many interventions used to facilitate communication. Some are such as functional communication training, video modeling, social stories. I will briefly go over Pecs and its 6 phases. I think it's a very unique form of teaching communication because it uses visuals such as these. Um, First phase of text is teaching the exchange. So teaching the learner that if he or she exchanges a visual, he or she will receive that item that's depicted on the visual. Phase 2 is increasing spontaneity. That means increasing distance that the learner must travel to get the item, or the distance that the learner must travel to a partner to get what they want, to exchange the visual. Phase 3 is discrimination. So in this phase, you will have multiple visuals where the learner must decipher, must pick what they want. Phase 4 is building sentences. So you will have a sentence strip, and you would have text that says, a visual that says, I want phone, or I want cookies, or I want 2 cookies, anything along those lines. Phase 5 is responding to what do you want. So the communicator partner would say, what do you want? And then you would fill out your strip saying, I want phone. Phase 6 is commenting in response to a question. So it will be a question, how was your day? And you might say, good, I went to the park. There are many benefits of Pecs, one being that it is easy to make. Again, you're just using visuals. You can buy a laminator, print the visuals at home, and just cut them into small pieces. Maybe in the beginning, you might have big visuals so the individual can discriminate, and if he or she is able to communicate using that, you can make them smaller and smaller. Another important or benefit of Pecs is that it has been proven to be used across a wide variety of ages. So anywhere from preschoolers, young children, to adults, older adults that may or may not have found an effective way of communicating. One last important aspect of Pecs is that there's a big audience that's able to understand the system. If they're able to see, they're able to, just a quick training of, if someone gives you this item, this visual, give them what they're asking for. So it's fairly simple, unlike other forms where, for example, language, sign language, where you need to sign. Many people might not understand sign language, so you would need to teach them a whole new language in order to be able to assist those that are barely learning that form of communication. There are some things to note about Pecs. One is that it is an intensive process to teaching the learner to get all the way to phase 6. It requires a lot of time and a lot of training. Another thing is that Pecs the visuals are placed in binders where the individual is able to carry with him to, out in the community, around the house. However, it's not possible to include visuals of everything in the world. So if, for example, let's say the learner wants to request for ice cream, but there's no visual of ice cream, that individual is not going to have the opportunity to request for ice cream because there is no Pec icon that signifies ice cream in his or her binder. So that's one of the downfalls. However, despite that, Pecs is a very interesting and effective way of teaching a learner how to communicate.